And hello, I am Ross Collette. This is my YouTube channel. Please like and share and subscribe. I'm smiling. And the reason is somebody was teasing me about my safari shirt. But I got it actually in Kenya. And, where they outfit all the great hunters, that go out. And this is all I bought out of all the things. No guns, no weapons, not even film. But the thing is, I had a great time there, and so today, because it's kind of an anniversary of when I was there in Nairobi, and so I decided I'd wear it. I look like the great hunter or something. I was thinking this morning about Mark 10 verses 45 through 52. It tells a story about Jesus coming through the city of Jericho. And as he was coming out of the city, there was a blind man who sat at the edge of the city, and he begged alms of people that came in and went out. A blind man. His name was Bartemaeus, and I remember some of the gospel singers used to call him Bartemaeus. Well, that's all right too. But when Bartemaeus heard that about Jesus coming his way, he was blind. When he heard the crowd coming, he was blind. When he cried out, "Who goes there?" he was still blind. And when he cried, "Lord, have mercy on me," he was still blind. When Jesus heard him above all the crowd, Bartimaeus was still blind. When they told him to be quiet, Bartimaeus was still blind. When Jesus stopped in the way, Bartimaeus was blind. When Jesus called to him, Bartimaeus was still blind. When Bartimaeus stood up and came, he was still blind. And as he came to Jesus, Jesus saw his faith, but he was still blind. When he requested healing, Bartimaeus was still blind. But when Jesus spoke and said, "Thy faith hath made thee whole," immediately he received his sight. Now look at this progression. He heard, he stood up, he called out, he did all of these things, and he was still blind. But when he got to the point where Jesus heard him and saw his faith, Jesus spoke, and he was immediately made whole. He received his sight. Is that the pattern for our miracles? We can be still in trouble through all of the trouble until you get to the point where Jesus sees your faith. And he will say to you, "Thy faith hath made thee whole." When they told you to sit down, you kept on calling. When you heard and you were begging, you kept on calling. You weren't asking from me a coin. You were asking from me healing. "Lord, have mercy on me." That's what you asked. And Jesus saw his faith, would not be denied. All them other church members that were traveling with Jesus, you called them apostles. They were telling him to be quiet. The master's coming. What a scene that had to be. Here comes Jesus on his way through Jericho to heal everybody and pray for everybody. And when somebody calls out for healing, they say, "Be quiet." This is Jesus, don't you know? Of course he knew, and he called out. And when he called and would not be denied, and Jesus saw he was blind through the whole step, every one of these steps. But when Jesus saw his faith, he said, "Thy faith hath made thee whole," and immediately he received his sight. So no matter how long the miracle takes, no matter how many steps or somebody said hoops you have to jump through, you just hold on. Be determined. Make up your mind. God is with you, because your faith will make you whole. I am Ross Collette. I leave you in the sweet graces and the tender mercies of our Lord.